Hi there, this is an Algebra 1 video. It is Chapter 5, Section 3, and today we will be solving multi-step inequalities. Woohoo! So not a lot different in these inequalities other than the fact that you're combining more than one step at a time. In the previous lessons we learned how to solve inequalities with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, but only one step at a time. And so in this case we're just going to have more than that, so it's okay. Example 1, let's get started. It says, write and solve an inequality to find the sales Joseph Kimura needs if he earns a monthly salary of $2,000 plus 10% commission. So he gets $2,000 plus 10% commission. So 10% is 0.10x. So x is going to be my sales, or Joseph's sales. Okay, and so 10% of his sales, that means that if he sells $100 worth of merchandise, then he's going to earn $10 off of that, but that's 10%. So we want to go 0.10 times x on his sales. His goal is to make at least, so remember at least means greater than or equal to $4,000 per month. What sales does he need to meet his goal? So basically I want to solve for x. So we're going to subtract the 2,000 to the other side and get 0.10x greater than or equal to 2,000. Then we're going to divide by the 0.10 like so, and we now know that x has to be greater than or equal to 2,000 divided by 0.10, which is 20,000. OMG. Joseph has a lot of sales to get going with. Alright, so hopefully he already got started. Alrighty, $20,000, that's a lot. Alright, so now I want you to try this do-it-yourself question. Oops. That's horrible. I wrote this down wrong. This is not supposed to say, it's not supposed to say example 2. It's supposed to say do it yourself number 2. Alright, and then we're going to go to example 2. So now this is actually example 2. Okay, so we want to solve and then graph the solution on a number line. So we're going to add 13 to both sides, get negative 11y is greater than 55, divide by negative 11. We learned in our previous lesson that when you divide by negative, you need to switch that symbol, so y less than negative 5. Notice that it doesn't say graph the solution set, Allie, so you don't have to put the little set notation, but you do want a number line, and we want to put our variable on the number line. We want to put our 0 somewhere, and negative 5 is to the left. And we want to go less than negative 5, and it's open because it doesn't have an equal to. And I'm not going to do both, Ryan, so I'm just going to do the shading part. And that's how you solve that little guy. So basically you have 2 steps because we had used addition and division. So that's multi-step. Alright, so now that's example 2. You can try to do it yourself, questions on your own. And we'll move on to example 3. Define a variable, write an inequality, and solve the problem. So we're going to define a variable. And I like the letter n, so I'm going to say that n is my number that they're talking about here. You don't have to call it n, you can call it whatever you'd like. So it says 5 minus 6 times a number. So 6 times a number, and it's 5 minus that, is more than. So that means greater than 4 times the number plus 45. So there is my, I defined the variable, I wrote the inequality, and I'm going to solve the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these 4 n's over here to this side. And that's going to give me 5 minus 10n, because negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10n. They're going to cancel, I'm going to get 45. Then we want to subtract this 5 to the other side. And that's going to be negative 10n is greater than 40. And then I want to rewrite that over here because I'm running out of space. So I'm going to divide by negative 10, and because I'm dividing by a negative, I'm going to flip my symbol, and I'm going to get 40 divided by negative 10 is negative 4, so my solution is n has to be less than negative 4. It doesn't ask us to actually graph the solution. It doesn't ask us to write it as a set, so we're okay, n less than negative 4. All right, so now you can try do it yourself number 3, and then we will move on to the next example. Example 4. And in example 4, we're going to be using the distributive property that we've used in the past. So I'm going to distribute 4 times 3t, and then plus 4 times negative 5. And then this is not in the parentheses, so it's just plus 7. And then we get 8t plus 3. So 4 times 3 is 12t. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. We have our plus 7 greater than or equal to 8t plus 3. Negative 20 plus 7 is going to be negative 13. So 12t minus 13 greater than or equal to 8t plus 3. I'm now going to bring these 8t's to this side with his other little friends, and 12 minus 8 is 4t minus 13 greater than or equal to 3. So that means I'm running out of space again. 4t minus 13 greater than or equal to 3. We want to bring that 13 to the other side, giving us 4t greater than or equal to 16. We're dividing by 4, but it's a positive, so there's no need to flip any symbols. So greater than or equal to 16 divided by 4 is 4. And it wants us to graph the solution on a number line. So here's my solution, and I barely have space for a number line, but I'm going to squeeze it in here. Call this t, put a 0 here, put a 4 here. It's going to be a closed dot, a solid dot, because it has an equal to, and we're going to shade to the right. And that is how you use distributive property to solve an inequality. So I want you to do number 4 here, and then we're going to go to our last example, which is example 5. And then this little guy is kind of going to give you an idea of what to do when you get, we did this when we were solving equations. Sometimes you get solutions that are always true, and sometimes you get solutions that are never true. So we're going to try those situations here today. So we're going to say 9t minus 5 times t minus 5 times negative 5. So there I'm using the distributive property, negative 5 times t, negative 5 times negative 5. And then we're going to go 4 times t, distributive property again, plus 4 times negative 3. So this is going to be 9t minus 5t plus 25, and then 4t minus 12. So 9t minus 5t is 4t plus 25 less than or equal to 4t minus 12. And then in an effort to put the t on the same side, you're going to go minus 4t, but because you have the same value on both sides, it's going to cancel on both sides, and you're going to get a statement that says 25 is less than or equal to negative 12. And I will tell you right now that a positive number is never going to be smaller than a negative number. A positive number is always going to be bigger than a negative number. So this is never true. And because it's never true, it has no solution. And we actually have a symbol for that. We call it the empty set, and the empty set looks like this. It's like a circle, like a 0 with a slash going through it. Alrighty, so that's our answer for part A. And in part B, most likely we're going to get a situation that is always true. Let's see how that pans out. So we're going to go 3 times 4m plus 3 times 6 less than or equal to 42 plus 6 times 2m plus 6 times negative 4. 3 times 4 is 12m plus 3 times 6, which is 18, less than or equal to 42 plus 6 times 2 is 12m minus 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. So now we're going to get 12m plus 18 less than or equal to 42 minus 24 is 18. So 12m plus 18. So in this case, again, you're going to go minus 12m to try to put them on the same side if you haven't already noticed. You have the exact same thing on both sides of the inequality. They're going to cancel. You're going to get 18 is less than or equal to 18. And this is always true. And it's always true because 18 will always be equal. So it says less than or equal to. And so 18 will always be equal to 18. So this is going to always be true. And in that case, everything is a solution. You have all real numbers are solutions. All real numbers are solutions. But again, that can get tedious to write. So we also have a symbol for all real numbers, and we put basically a double R. So we put two lines like that, they're parallel, and then make an R like that. So that's basically the symbol that we use for all real numbers are solutions. And so that can happen, and it's going to happen in this do-it-yourself question. I'm not exactly sure which one is which, but you'll figure that out. So once you have done that, you will have completed your notes for this lesson, and I will see you in class, and thank you for watching.